President Trump blasted ESPN Sports Center host Jemele Hill in a tweet on October 10th, claiming that Hill, quote, tanked the network's ratings. Hill was suspended by the network for 2 weeks on October 9th for what ESPN characterized as a second violation of its social media policy. The suspension came after Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said that he would bench any player who didn't stand for the national anthem. In response, Hill suggested fans could boycott vendors and advertisers. In a statement, ESPN called Hill's tweet, quote, impulsive. Trump's response is the latest in an ongoing spat between the president and the ESPN host. Hill originally came under fire on September 11th after calling President Trump a, quote, white supremacist in a tweet. The veteran sports journalist responded to a tweet about Kid Rock's potential interest in a Senate bid, criticizing the musician's use of the Confederate flag. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders called Hill's tweet a, quote, fireable offense during her press briefing on September 13th.
I think that's one of the more outrageous comments that anyone could make.
The tweets and the ensuing backlash raise questions about what, or if, journalists can say about things they find troublesome. How do journalists hold those in a position of authority accountable for their actions? Questions about what journalists can and can't say in public are becoming more complicated for both journalists themselves and their employers. Politico made news in September after a managing editor said the company discards, quote, dozens of job applications over, quote, partisan tweets. Employees at the company questioned whether it was acceptable to opine about topics such as white supremacy or attacks on journalists, as the Post's Eric Wemple reported. After Hill's September tweet, some Twitter users also took issue with the sports journalist commenting on political matters. But the sports and politics worlds have become increasingly intertwined, with athletes kneeling during the national anthem, protesting police treatment of African Americans. Colin Kaepernick, the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback, who kneeled during the national anthem last season and hasn't been picked up by an NFL team, tweeted his support to Hill in September. Trump has sharply criticized NFL players kneeling during the national anthem and suggested changing tax law that allows the NFL to receive billions of dollars in tax breaks. Vice President Pence left an Indianapolis Colts game after players from the San Francisco 49ers knelt during the national anthem, a move Trump said he ordered. In an increasingly partisan world, the issue of what journalists can and can't say isn't one that's going away anytime soon.